Hi everyone, I'm Elise with Innovative Speech Services and welcome to the SLP Caseload Dynamo video tutorial series. Today we are discussing the first step in setting up your Caseload Dynamo spreadsheet, and that is how to enter student information on the dashboard tab, which can be accessed right down here at the bottom of the document. The first step is going to be entering your name in the service provider cell in the top left. So I have my first name and then just my last initial. Typically I would have my full name written here. And then you'll select the school year. So if you just select the fall semester year, the spring semester year will automatically populate below. Next, you'll type in your students' names, and you can do this by either entering in last name, comma, first name, or first name, space, last name. The document recognizes both, and you can do whatever feels right for you. You'll select their grade, their service capacity, and these are options that can be edited in the Options tab, which we'll discuss in another tutorial video. You'll type in their school. This is especially important if you service multiple schools in your district or in your area. You'll enter in their case manager. In some instances, this will be you. In other instances, it might be another provider like the resource teacher. You'll enter in their IEP due date and their evaluation due date. Any dates that are within 90 days of the day that you're typing will turn yellow, or the day that you're accessing the document will turn yellow. So you'll be able to kind of keep track visually of dates that are coming up. And then you'll enter in their service minutes. I like to type this in as frequency times duration, which I typically do by week. So this would be 2 30-minute sessions per week, but you can enter it in however makes sense to you, and make notes as needed to distinguish pull-out or push-in services, consult, things like that. And then you'll also check a box if they are a student who requires that you log attendance or Medicaid at the end of every day or week or whatever interval. If you want to check multiple boxes at once, highlight the boxes you want to check and hit the space bar. And the same goes for unchecking multiple boxes. You can highlight multiple cells and then hit the space bar to uncheck. Do not hit the delete button. That will delete all of the boxes, so you can't check them anymore. Command Z or the undo button will be your friend if you accidentally do something like this. So I'm going to hit undo and all of my boxes come back. If you don't know a student's Medicaid billing start date, which you will need for this Medicaid function to work on other sheets in the document, I just enter in their first date of services or their first day of school. So for here, I have my first day of school written for all of the students who have Medicaid eligibility checked. And then you might also have any other notes you want to include here, which you can type in this other notes cell or other notes column. All right, so we're going to go through using everything we've learned about the dashboard tab and enter in information for a new student. We're going to say we have a new kindergartner, Tyler, who moved to our building. And I could add in his information down here, but I like to organize my students by grade. So instead, what I'm going to do is click this cell that says 13, or this row that says 13, insert one below, and then I'm going to add in his new name, or his name and information. So Fuller, comma, Tyler. He is a kindergartner and he has an IEP at Smith Elementary, which is the name of the elementary school I made up for this purpose, as are all of these names. They're made up for this instructional video. Any resemblance to real names is totally a coincidence. He's going to be on a speech-only IEP, so I'm his case manager. And maybe his IEP is coming due pretty soon. Maybe he's due October 1st, 2023. You'll see that this will turn yellow because that's within 90 days of the day that I'm typing. And then maybe we're lucky his evaluation's not due for a little bit, not due until next year. So maybe November 2nd of 2024. And then he receives speech services for 2 20-minute sessions per week. And he is Medicaid eligible, so we'll check that box. And I'm just going to enter in his Medicaid billing start date as the first day of school. One last thing you may have noticed as I was entering in Tyler's information, and that also correlates with all of the students on this example caseload, is that up here there are several boxes with numbers that give you a quick glance idea of what your caseload numbers look like. So the total number of students case managed, your total number of IEP students, the total number of students you have on initial evaluations, your total number of GEI students, total referral students, total inactive students, total students that you need to log attendance for, and the total number of students that you need to log Medicaid for. Obviously, these numbers are probably a little smaller than what most caseloads look like, since this is just an example, but that should help give you an idea of where your numbers are at as you update students. These will automatically update based on the information that you type in the spreadsheet. All right, and that's it for the dashboard tab. Any questions about the dashboard page or ideas for information that would be helpful to include? Email me or check out my shop using the links below. And always remember, the undo button, which you can also use by hitting Command Z on a Mac, is your friend. If you accidentally edit something beyond repair, you can always hit undo. You can also go to the version history of your file, see version history, and click through to whatever version is prior to maybe any accidents that you might have made or mistakes you might have made. Or you can simply download a new version of the document from the PDF file that you received when you made your purchase on Teachers Pay Teachers, and you can start fresh from there. Thanks.